Good?
We're screaming. We're good.
Good. All right. Welcome everyone to tonight's school board meeting. We appreciate everyone in attendance this evening. Do I hear a motion to come out of closed session?
I move we come out of closed session.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
The ayes have it. And Ms. McPeak, could you read the?
Yeah, so read that.
Okay. You want me to read at the very end? And so, so now we're out of closed session. Do I need to make the other motion now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, at the end, we'll go back and close.
Yeah, we'll do it at the consent agenda. Okay? All right. Again, we want to thank everyone for coming. If you would stand, please, so we can do the Pledge of Allegiance. Do we have someone that can lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance? You look like you would be a great candidate.
Only there was someone.
Only if there was someone.
Uh-oh.
No?
Here we go. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
As we move through our agenda this evening, our first item under recognitions is the recognition of the 2023 National Association of County Award recipient, Ashley Meredith. Dr. Nichols?
Thank you, Mr. Mead, and welcome everyone. We're very excited tonight to announce it first, and we do have Ashley here, so I'll make Ashley stand for a second. So, New Kent County Public Schools received the NACO, that's the National Association of Counties 2023 Achievement Award for changing public perception through social media. The award honors innovative, effective county government programs that strengthen services and community for residents. So Ashley, as you know, is our technology trainer, digital content creator. So anything looking really good on social media and our websites and revamping and some of the initiatives, and we have a great video launching soon, really goes back to Ashley and her leadership. We're very proud and impressed to receive this award from NACO. It's a national award. It's also the first time ever that New Kent County Public Schools has ever received a NACO award, which is really a big deal. So while it is our first, it will not be our last. So we have some more initiatives and more things coming your way. So we're very proud of Ms. Meredith and the work she does. We also have several student interns that work in her office as well under the leadership and direction of Mr. Terry. So congratulations, Ashley. Congratulations, New Kent County Public Schools. It's nice to get a first, and we're very excited about that step. So thank you, Mr. Mead.
Thank you. Our next item on the agenda is the introduction of new leadership roles within the New Kent County Public School System. Dr. Nichols?
Absolutely. So as we start the new school year, we have some new leaders in new roles and some not new leaders in different roles. Mr. Terry, do you have that slide up there? No? I'll wait till
I'm sorry.
the attachment to new leadership roles.
Sorry about that.
Thanks, sir.
I know the heat got to him, don't worry about it.
Okay, well, this was actually a slide that had her on there. It's really cool. So we'll move to the next one.
I'll get here in a minute. I
Okay.
promise.
So the heat is taking it off. And we have these leaders here with us tonight. You'll actually see them at some future board meetings where they're presenting things. So first, this is first on my list, we have Dr. Christine Young, if you'll stand. She is our new secondary special instructional supervisor. She's our secondary instructional supervisor of exceptional education. This is Dr. Young's 30th year in education. She is returning to Virginia from Florida, and we're very excited to have her on board. The next up is Ms. Emily Rayburn, who's the preschool and elementary instructional supervisor. Oh, that was great.
Yeah.
I just looked up and you were up and down. exceptional education. I want to say thank you to Ms. Minder and Mr. Dermeyer. What they've done in the last budget cycle was to rethink and reimagine the special education department. And we'll share some accreditation data at our next meeting. And know that's an area of emphasis. So really credit to them for rethinking that department with these two roles and lining us up for exceptional leadership there. So those are two new folks with us. Very excited to have them. The next folks are not new. Sorry, guys. So we have Kim Lawler, who is our elementary instructional supervisor. There we go. So Kim is not a new leader, but it's in a new role. So Kim started as an instructional coach for us in our first year of having an instructional coach. Last year, she took on the challenge to open a new school alongside Ms. Pilger. So she was the assistant principal at Quinton. And now she's moving into leading the elementary instructional department, working for Mr. Miller. So we're very excited to have Kim back with us in a different role. And last but not least, when Kim steps into the instructional supervisor role, that leaves an assistant principal opening. I'm very excited. I didn't even get to say your name yet. I'm really excited about the pipelines of leaders we're building internally. So Sarah Berry is the new assistant principal at Quinton Elementary. You approved her a few minutes ago. Sarah formerly was a teacher at George Watkins for, I believe, 11 years. I was going to say 10. And has been an instructional coach with us as well. So homegrown and moving into this assistant principal role. So we're very excited about these four leaders stepping up and being a part of Team Weekend. Great things to come with them in place, both at the building and at the division. So those are my recognitions, Mr. Mead.
Thank you very much.
And we probably have the best behaved baby ever.
I know. Congratulations, ladies, on all your promotions. What a great job. Next, we'll go into the consent agenda. And the consent agenda is that currently board members, by now, you've had the opportunity to review the items listed on the consent agenda, including minutes from previous meetings and the superintendent's recommendation regarding matters. Do I hear a motion, and I'm going to go to the next one, do I hear a motion to approve the consent agenda?
I make a motion that we approve the consent agenda as presented.
Do I have a second?
A second.
We have a vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All in favor? No, the ayes have it. Now we will go back, board members, we will go back into closed session from the previous meeting and the superintendent's recommendation regarding student matters and personnel matters, where we will discuss and vote on the superintendent's recommendations. Do I hear a motion to go back into closed session?
We'll do that at the very
You want to do that at the very end?
Yeah, we'll do the
Okay.
whole agenda and then we'll.
All right. Nice. All right, we'll move on to new business. Dr. Nichols, you're going to give us an update here on opening up schools.
Yes, sir. So good evening again, everyone.
Just a document there.
Right. I'll start talking about open schools when we get the document out there.
Do you want to fill this on the floor and come back, or just thinking out loud?
Thought I could share it with you real quick. It's probably the fastest way.
You just email it to me.
Coming to you right now. So we are opening schools. In 2 weeks. We're very excited about it. A lot of hard work is going into the opening of schools. So I'm going to share a few slides about what we've been up to. One of my favorite things is people say, oh, the summer's off. Absolutely not. We work tremendously hard in the summer to get things going. Thank you, Mr. Terry. Nice work. So if we move to the second slide. Today, we welcome the newest members of Team NewKent. We have all of our new teachers today. They officially started, and they were awesome. I want to say special hats off to our Human Resources Department for putting this breakfast together. But not only that, Tammy Waters in our HR office has been working all summer in small groups with our new teachers, so that when they arrive, they don't feel new. They've gone through a lot of the benefits and a lot of the different things associated with it. So it's great to see a lot of familiar faces today, even though it's their official day one. So speaking of staffing, this is where we are currently. This changes all the time. So George Watkins Elementary, I believe the last staff meeting, I said we were 4 instructional positions. You'll see that we are at 3, and it's a different 3. So just because of the movement. So George Watkins is fully staffed at this moment. New Kent Elementary is also fully staffed at this moment. Quinton Elementary School has 1 special ed vacancy. That is for a cross-cat position. And that's actually a new position because of the influx of enrollment of students who are in that category of special ed. So we opened up a 3rd classroom. So that is that position. That's gonna be a very tough one to get, but the team is working really hard to work through that. New Kent Middle School, right now we have 2. So we have a special ed. That position just opened because of a promotion of one of our special ed teachers, unfortunately in a different county. And then we have, of course. We're happy to report the New Kent High School is fully staffed. We got our last English teacher on Friday, Thursday, somewhere there. Our official numbers for drivers, and this changes all the time too. I think this I'm off a few from today. So we had 9 vacancies in 3 in training. I believe that's even smaller now. So we're at a point where we can operate. There may be some double back runs. If you are on a double back run, you will be notified of that, and your times will be adjusted slightly. But Transportation team is really working hard to iron that out. So, board members, that's where we are from a staffing standpoint right now. We're in really good shape, and when I pulled the slide from last year, we're ahead of where we were last year. Last year I was trying to find 2 Spanish teachers in the last few weeks. Impossible. So summer projects, just want to give you a few of them. And I have some pictures there. Probably the most dramatic one we have right now is we redid the volleyball, basketball gym court at New Kent High School. We've returned it to its true blue. It is New Kent blue, and it is beautiful. I watched a volleyball game on it last week, and we'll see another one this week. One of the biggest projects at Transportation is we paved the lot where all the buses are. Sounds like a small project, but it's a big project. But the amount of dust and dirt that was accumulated every day when buses went in and out caused a lot of havoc for the mechanics. So our mechanics came in our budget session, said it'd be great if we paved that lot. We came to you guys as a board and said we really need the funds to pave that lot. You want to talk about people being excited. So now the bay doors can stay open. We'll be washing buses less, and just they were heard, and we got that project done. The top one is something I'm very excited about. We will have digital signage throughout our schools. Right now, Quinton has digital signage. When you first walk in on the left, they do a really good job of broadcasting what's going on and different things. Mr. Terry and his team, Mr. Pollock and his team have installed those digital signs, giant TVs, at each of our other schools in high traffic areas. Those digital signs, we have a platform where we're able to push content to it. So lunch menu, student of the week, New Kent Education Bowl-a-thon, which is coming up in November. All of those different things. Leslie Smith, who does lunches, who does directs nutrition, can do that for us, and all those different things. So it'll be a big deal. If you're a convocation on Monday, you'll see it live and in action. So in addition to that, these don't always make good pictures, but LED lighting at George Watkins is becoming more efficient. A ton of roof work, capital projects. If you go by the high school anytime, you see people on the roof. HVAC work continues at New Kent Middle School, and then painting and landscaping throughout New Kent County Public Schools. So those are just a few of the projects. This is scary. On September 5th, the class of 2036 will be starting kindergarten. So they're ready, and we'll be ready for them. This is our school calendar. So we do have the full calendar, all 12 months and all the holidays and everything. But once again, Ashley Meredith did a fantastic job of making it into one slide and showing all the important days. So you can have this on your refrigerator, on your computer, wherever. You still have the whole calendar, but now you know, here are the at-home learning days, here are the breaks, holidays, so on and so forth, when school is in session. So once again, Ashley makes this look really good. We're very excited. We've had a lot of growth in pathways in the past 4 years. We're lining up to do even more this year, and I couldn't be more excited. Agri-Science is launching at New Kent Middle School. One of the things that we're trying to do is line up pathways between the middle school and the high school. The high school has horticulture, landscape, and those pieces. We had no middle school feeder, even though we have a greenhouse there. So now we'll have officially Agri-Science, which is a CTE course. We recruited an incredible Agri-Science teacher, and we're excited to launch that and line up those pathways. Freshman Seminar, which the board approved that as a course, working on that freshman transition. Incredibly excited about the work that the high school and Mr. Miller's department is doing there. No secret how excited I am about the Navy Corps Cadets launching. And our instructor, I don't have his official title, Mr. McDonald. That's not his staff title. Chief? Chief. Okay, Chief, I like it. Chief McDonald has been working through the summer. These are some of our kids that went to Mechanicsville and trained in their Navy leadership program, who will be now leading our Corps. So we have somewhere between 32 and 36 kids signed up year one, which is an incredible number to start. So just another pathway for kids. And then, as superintendent who does weather, I'm very excited about New Kent High School adding meteorology. So we'll have a section of meteorology. So we don't like to call partial blame superintendent, partial blame meteorology kids, because they're going to help me a little bit as we forecast and do those things. So just a few of the big programs that we have going on. Some important dates for families: bus stop information. So on the 15th, we released your bus stop, where your bus stop was for Power School, as weeks earlier than we've ever done it, to get a handle on what we need to change and shift. The times will be available by the open house dates. So before you go to open house, you will have your time. And if that doesn't work, we have transportation on site at each of those open houses. Open houses will be communicated directly by each school. All your elementaries are on the same day, same time, those pieces. The middle school is doing it differently depending on what grade level you're in. Lion Camp, I think it's Friday for 6th graders, and then the high school is doing it by grade level. So there's too much to put there, but all that information is on the website. And first day of school is Tuesday, September 5th. So as I line up for my 5th year as superintendent, I'm incredibly excited about the work we have ahead of us and the new program. So thank you, Mr. B. Be happy to answer any questions or refer to the team in the audience.
Thank you, Dr. Nichols, for you and your staff and all the hard work throughout the summer to open up the doors for many more opportunities for our students and our families in New Kent County. Our next item on the agenda is the Summer More program. This goes under Essential Goals 1, provide for and monitor the development of academic, organizational behavior, social competencies to ensure individual student success. Mr. Miller?
Thank you, Mr. Mead, Dr. Nichols, members of the board. As you're aware, the last 3 summers we've had Summer More program, and so just wanted to come back and give you an update on it. First, I want to highlight the work of our administrative interns. Dr. Nichols mentioned earlier that we've established some different leadership pathways, and this is one of those ways. So these are each of these ladies helped out with all the administrative tasks, everything from working with teachers to design courses, getting the course advertisements all put together, and then getting students to register, organizing that, working with transportation, getting bus routes, all that done. And so Sadie Malaga, Melanie Basola at the elementary school, Jamie Collins at middle school, and Ave Marie Miller at high school. They did an amazing job, all the logistical side of it, and then running the day-to-day. Our elementary school program expanded this year. We went from about 16 classes up to over 20, and we expanded from about 250 students to 323. So great time. All the classes have sort of variety of high interest focused areas. All incorporate some reading and math in a certain way, and each student took 2 courses a day. So they got a little bit of a variety of different things, but it's all incorporating the different types of art or activities that they can do to make learning fun. So middle school, again, expanded the number of courses this year. We had approximately 150 students, did some outdoor stuff, a lot of science, a lot of survival type stuff. Probably our most popular class out of Summer of More, Seek, Search, and Survive. I think is the technical, it's triple S and led by 3 of our teachers. And we need 3 teachers because there's enough kids to do 3 sections of it actually. And so it's all about survival skills. And in that they teach reading skills as well. And they do an amazing job there at the middle school with that. And with a variety of classes there. High school, we had we had one Summer More class, which was an art class led by Ms. Musselman, and then we had students who were doing sort of remediation or recovery as well. So we had 57 total high school students. Over that, we recovered 15 SOLs that students were able to pass after remediation. 22 recovered credits, so 22 students were able to make up a credit they had missed. And then we had 6 brand new high school credits. It's the first time we've had just a straight out course for credit that was not a remediation or anything, it was just a brand new course. Students did a lot of work at home on that one because to get the total number of hours to do a first time course is about twice as much as a recovery course. So they came, worked during the day and in the evenings to get through that, but earn those high school credits to go ahead and get themselves a little step ahead. So.
And Ross, that was economics and personal finance, right?
Yes. Yes. So overall, great program, a lot of successes there, and saw a lot of growth out of the kids. Kids had an awesome time, and heard back from them all positive stuff. So we'll be meeting soon, now that summer's coming to an end. We're gonna pull, especially the admin interns all together and talk through what was their experience and what adjustments can we make as we start to move forward and improve the program.
Well, just a reminder for the board and for the public. Currently, we fund this.
Currently, we fund this through our ESSER grants. And so those ESSER grants will go away July 1 next year.
September, so next summer.
So next summer is our last summer we'll be using ESSER funds.
So we've been able to manage the grant to get one additional summer out of through grant funded. So the following budget cycle, we have some work to do to bring this into the budget because it is a significant cost, but an incredible benefit for students, and we'd like to continue expanding it because we do incredible work for 180 days, and then we send kids home for 2.5 months. We'd like to bridge that even more.
And the finance department's been great working with us to track sort of the spending on that so that we can make sure that we can drill down to how much does this actually cost. So with all expenses and everything, we've used a variety of grants, but we've tied it all back in together so we can see this is how much it's going to cost for budget purposes.
Do we have an idea of about how much it is?
We do, not off the top of my head.
I have a number, but I want to make sure of the accuracy.
Yeah.
It's a significant investment,
Yeah.
$250,000 somewhere. I mean, you run the transportation,
Right.
food, staffing, all of those different pieces, materials, and so forth. So,
And
but we'll get you the exact total.
are we able to look at the Summer of More program as an opportunity to bring more supports to the summertime for students who may be utilizing school counselors and things during the school year?
So I mean, you really hitting on something that, when we talked about wrapping around kids more, is to try to expand some of those services. We provide a lot of services to students and families during the year through counseling, through our school social work, school psychologists, those groups that they run and those different pieces. But that is something we have on our agenda to look at how can we do that through the summer. So elementary kids, just off the top of my head, they're taking 2 courses. Maybe they take one, and the other one is that sort of intervention time, that sort of group time, that sort of touch point. But I think there are a lot of different vehicles that we can utilize to expand that component, which could make us eligible to go after
For
additional
grants,
Yeah.
money and
Yeah.
things too.
because it opens up a different, we attack the academic and the enrichment piece, but the social, emotional,
Yes.
mental health
Yes.
piece, looking at those.
More,
And
yeah.
we use some state grant funding along on top of our ESSER funds for this past year to help with some of the prep work that needs to go into it. And so there's some other grants that are very closely associated with that grant that we can continue to apply to as well.
Great.
Ross, just a couple of things I had. You mentioned that the elementary school numbers went up this past year from 250 to 323, which is a lot of students. What about at the middle school? If we had 150,
It's about even.
about
It's
break
about
even there. And then my next question is, what type of feedback did we send out a formal feedback survey to parents and students?
So we didn't have a survey to
Yeah.
parents and students. We could always send that back out now. We have everybody's contact information.
Okay,
I think they help
We got
us.
a lot of anecdotal.
Yeah. for sure, yeah.
It'd be a great evaluation piece in the future.
We kind of have a standing rule, if you do something for 3 years, it's time to rethink it.
Mhm.
This is year 3 that we're finishing this
Yep,
next year, so,
absolutely.
yeah, we can work on that.
It's been a great program and hats off to everybody who's participated. It's always great stuff. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Miller. Is that the next item on the agenda is the fundraising projects by the school. Ms. Warren?
Mr. Mead, board members, Dr. Nichols. Really just we want to give you an idea of the general fundraising projects that our schools are planning right now. These aren't all the fundraising that they'll do during the year, and those fundraising projects will be approved by our principals throughout the year as things are requested and come up from staff or anyone in the building that wishes to have a fundraising activity. There are guidelines that they have to follow in our new procedure manual that you all approved last year. So that is helpful in kind of guiding them in what to do and not to do. So I wanted to bring these kind of to your attention to let you know what our intent is.
So, and these are the fundraisers outside of PTO and PTSO. These are the school-based fees, and they come through our office for review, to make sure they meet the guidelines and regulations that they should be.
Any questions? All righty. Thank you, Ms. Warren. Talking about CIP transfer request for transportation, Mr. Hockman.
Mr. Chair, members of the board, Dr. Nichols, good evening. Tonight I stand before you, I'll be requesting a CIP transfer in the amount of $15,000 for our transportation department. This money would be utilized to expand our office space over there as our county continues to grow. We employ more people and we are a little tight over there. We need some additional office space that will allow one of our staff, our full-time staff, to have their own space, and that's something they need as one of our trainers. So this will greatly enable us to train additional drivers down the road, and that space would be utilized for her.
Right now, she's in the break room.
So we're gonna carve space out of an existing space in there.
That is exactly right.
Very frugal.
Yep.
Not adding square
We
footage.
have existing shower space that we do not
Okay.
utilize. That
Good.
we
I got
can
you.
fairly efficiently revamp into an office space that she has placed.
So we're not like adding modulars or
No, sir.
anything
Nope.
like that?
Not for
With babies.
15,000.
Yeah.
Barely getting a desk and a couple of
Tim's doing
chairs.
the work.
Yeah,
Paul
okay.
Pollock, and he's looked at it, and so this will be space that really is currently not being utilized for anything. So everybody was actually very happy about this over the transportation.
Okay.
Great. How about CIP transfers for the speed zone lights, Mr. Hockman?
Certainly. This CIP request is also for $15,000. What we will be doing is replacing old speed zones that are in front of George Watkins Elementary and also New Kennetry. These things are antiquities. We need to upgrade, and this amount of money will allow us to get more current. If you've been down to Quinton and seen what they have, we will start working toward having what they have down there.
Now I need to go look at the speed zone.
Will they be will they have the digital speed limit
That's
signs?
coming. Initially, the group that we are working, the county's working with, will be adding that part of it down the road. We'll be putting in new poles and the other pieces that go with it.
Okay.
That company will be adding the speed zone.
The speed limit piece and the speed limit enforcement is the sheriff's initiative.
Yeah.
But yeah, it'll eventually look like that, but our part is replacing the signs and making.
And that's this year or?
Yes, sir.
Great. Thank you, Mr. Hockman.
Thank you.
Is that the next item for new business is the Section 125 premium plan. Ms. Anderson?
Good evening, Mr. Chairman, Board, Dr. Nichols. As this is new business, this is not new business really for us because you have granted us the authority to continue with our cafeteria plan for years. The name is misleading, so it has nothing to do with cafeteria. It is a system that allows us to offer benefits to our employees pre-tax. So many of our employees take advantage of this opportunity, and anyone watching this evening, I would highly encourage them to do so. This allows them to have their medical benefits, health savings account, flex spending account taken out of their check pre-tax. So with your approval, we'd love to continue offering that to our employees. Any questions? Thank you.
Thank you. Now we're into old business, VSBA policy update, second read. Dr. Nichols?
Yes, sir. So, board members, at our last board meeting, I presented the semi-annual policy updates from the Virginia School Board Association. These updates are in reference to code being shifted or changed, House bills that have become law, really technical nature, cross-references updated. So nothing has changed since that first read, Mr. Mead, and really have received any commentary that had us shift publicly or board. So be happy to answer any questions to the best of my ability, but this does come before you for actions.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Nichols. Any questions, board? If not, we'll move on to citizens' comments. Ms. Davis, do we have anybody for a citizen comment for? Oh, gotcha. I was like, what is that? For our citizen comment period, we just want to make sure that everyone is aware that you have signed up, is that with our first person here, is it Clara, is that right? Yes. Okay, Clara, you're up.
Dr. Nichols, members of the school board, and members of the community, good evening. My name is Clara Delandro. I'm 16 years old. I've been a member of New Kent County my entire life. I'm a Girl Scout in Troop 5318 and a senior at New Kent High School. Girl Scouts has 3 higher awards: the bronze, silver, and finally the gold. My bronze award was placing buddy benches at the elementary school, and my silver award was making and placing rain barrels at the middle and high school greenhouses. I'm currently working towards earning my Girl Scout Gold Award. The Girl Scout Gold Award is the highest and most time-consuming award a Girl Scout can earn. The goal of this award is to make a sustainable and positive impact on the community. My proposed project is to make menstrual products available to the students at the middle and high school by placing no-charge machines in the bathrooms. I have also realized during my research that that is used for community, sports, and arts events. And as a result of my project being completed, not only will students be positively impacted, but so will members of the community. One of the potential companies that produces these machines that I have researched is a woman-owned business that also gives back to women in need. I am still in the early stages of my project and would like to update the school board when I gain approval of this project from the Girl Scout Council. I plan to contact several community organizations, women-focused groups, and doctors' offices for their potential support of my project. I'm here to talk about my potential project to ask for the school board's support. I welcome your questions, and I look forward to helping the students and women in the community through my Gold Award project. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Our next speaker this evening is Ms. Trivett. Ms. Trivett?
You didn't need those toes, right? Hi, I'm Leslie Trivett. Good to see you all. My 2 rising 5th grade boys attended Summer of More, as they have for several years. My understanding is that Summer of More was started to help regain some of the COVID losses, and that's a very good endeavor. My 2 boys came home and told me that they didn't like Summer of More, that they weren't engaged, it didn't challenge them. They loved being with their buddies, they loved lunchtime and recess. I felt that they were telling me that there wasn't a lot of time in the classroom, that it was breakfast, a small class, lunch, recess, another class, and then back on the buses. And it was a half day, not a whole day. So I feel the money could be better used providing resources during the school year for students who are falling behind, and providing resources during the school year for advanced classes for students who need more challenge. I absolutely believe we need these wraparound resources for students who have difficulties. So please consider revamping some or more to target students so they're actually getting all the bang for the buck that we can possibly give them. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Trivett. Appreciate your comments. That is all for our citizen comments this evening. We will move on to our action items this evening. And so our first action item is the considered approval of the 23-24 fundraising projects by the individual schools. Do I hear a motion to approve the 23-24 fundraising project by school as presented?
I make a motion that we approve the 23-24 fundraising projects by school as presented.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Any discussion? There's no discussion, then we'll vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. And so the action item passes. The next items are the considered approval of the CIP transfer for the transportation building. Do I hear a motion to approve the CIP transfer for the transportation building as presented?
I move we approve the CIP transfer for the transportation building as presented.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Any discussion? If there's no discussion, then we'll vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All of the ayes have it. The motion passes to approve the CIP transfer for the transportation building. Our last consent agenda item is the approval of the CIP transfer for the speed zone lighting. Do I hear a motion to approve the CIP transfer for the speed zone lighting as presented?
I move we approve the CIP transfer for the speed zone lighting as presented.
I second.
I second. I'm sorry, I got distracted. Andrea! I'm just kidding. Thank you. Do I have, is there any discussion? No discussion, then we'll take a vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. The motion to approve the CIP transfer for the speed limit lighting as presented passes. The final item is the two final items is that consider the approval of Section 125 premium only plans. Do I hear a motion to approve the Section 125 premium plans as presented?
I move that we approve the Section 125 premium only plan.
Do I hear a second?
I second.
Any discussion? If there's no discussion, then we'll vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Premium, the Section 125 premium only plan passes. The last item on our agenda is the approval of the VSBA policy updates. Do I hear a motion to approve the VSBA policy updates as presented?
I move that we approve the VSBA policy updates as presented.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? If there's no discussion, then we'll vote. All in favor to approve the VSBA policy updates as presented, say aye. Aye. The ayes have it, so the approval of the VSBA policy updates passes. Our next item on the agenda is our school board comments, and with the superintendent comments as well. Ms. Barber, would you like to start?
All right. Always starting on my end of the table.
No, actually, we're going to not do that. Ms. Winford, we're switching. Nope.
All right,
Nope.
I'll take him.
Okay.
Just got a couple, I know it's still warm in here, just got a couple of updates. Last week I had the opportunity to attend a ceremony at Code RVA. I have the privilege of serving on that board. Code RVA is one of our regional programs that we send students to. And one of our very own students, Aiden Alexander from New Kent, presented his internship project from last year when he was a junior to Governor Youngkin, who made a trip to the facility, to the school. So it was really amazing. Those kids did a great job. I mean, I was impressed. And the governor spent, probably about a half hour on site, and it was all hands-on presentation. So it was really just great to see one of our own students really excelling down there. I know Ms. Gaskill represents the Chesapeake Bay School, and Ms. Barber sits on the Maggie Walker School. So it's really a privilege to sit on those boards and see our students excel at those schools. And then finally, like we said, 2 weeks from tomorrow is the first day of school. I know we're one of the last schools in the area to start after Labor Day. So certainly the board will be reviewing a new calendar and approving a new calendar. So we will likely start 1 week before Labor Day next year and 2 weeks the following year. So that's been communicated, and we'll be preparing for that change. So thank you. That's all I have tonight.
Thank you, Ms. Swinford. Ms. McBeath?
Thank you, Mr. Mead. I know everybody's excited to get back to school. Our staff, I know you guys have been working really hard this summer, and thank you again for all your efforts, and look forward to convocation and seeing you there. Two things that I have, the New Kent Educational Foundation Bowl-a-thon. You've got to mark this on your calendar. Saturday, November 4th is when we're going to have the bowl-a-thon, so get that on your calendar and hope to see you there. And then lastly, I would like to thank my Board of Supervisor counterpart, John Lockwood. We held a town hall meeting for our district, District 5, yesterday, and had a spirited and lively discussion. And it was great to see some folks who attend our board meetings come out and have an opportunity to ask questions about our schools. So thank you for that.
Thank you, Ms. McBeath. Ms. Daskell?
On that note, I'm looking forward to the start of school. I know that, well, for me, I have a son that's in our school, so I'm very much looking forward to him going back to school. And we're hoping, I just talked to Dr. Nichols today about the potential of doing a town hall for the community, and so we'll be working on that and putting out more information on that as it becomes available. But really excited about school starting.
Thank you.
More than most.
Ms. Barber?
All right, okay, now it better be good.
That's right.
I want to recognize we've got a great array of people from the community tonight, and it's really important for us to have community participation as well as being able to celebrate our new people that have been elevated to their new positions. Exciting time of year, and so that's great to see you all. I'm glad that our staffing numbers are as good as they are, especially going into the school year. The Summer of More is truly a tremendous program, and we can look at it and talk about, are there opportunities to improve things, what went right, what needs to improve. So I just, that's experience that you don't get in the school year where you're going out and doing projects in the field, and that's something that we need to continue to find ways to provide. And then, of course, the Girl Scouts coming out in force. The opportunity to provide free menstrual products is long overdue. So I commend you for taking that on as your initiative for your Gold Award. So again, just thank you, everybody. And as a somewhat former New Kent parent, I'm excited for school to start too. Remember that feeling.
Thank you, Ms. Barber. You can go ahead, Dr. Nichols.
I talked to quite a bit this week. I'll be brief. I want to say thank you to all our students that I love when our kids are here. And Girl Scouts, I had my Girl Scout bracelet I got before the meeting, so thank you guys for your service and what you do. And anytime you see an intersection in your service work in our schools, I love it. Call our office, we'll sit down and we'll come up with a cool project that makes New Kent an even better place. We're incredibly excited about the start of the school year. Ms. Swinford did mention the calendar, and I went back to board docs, and the board did say during our last calendar adoption that next school year would start on August 26, 2024. So I know there has been some discussion, but the board did state that we will bring a calendar to early pre-2024. So later this fall for unofficial adoption, the public knows there as well. We're lined up, we're ready to go. I can't wait for school to start. Summer's probably my least favorite time of year because all you guys are gone. So convocations on Monday will be 500 plus strong, starting off our school year. So thank you to the board for your leadership and service. A lot of those projects come back to you making those approvals at our board meetings. Some are more the same way. So really appreciate your support and just honored to start year 5, and we've had great progress, and we'll share some of that at the next meeting. Got a lot of work to do too, so we're excited about that. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Dr. Nichols. And just a couple of things. For many people, school has already started even here on our campus because the fall sports have already started. Many of our fall sports are already engaged in either scrimmages or practices, gearing up for the fall season. So I want to thank the coaches and the parents that have labored over the last few weeks of bringing their student athletes to practice. I remember those days too well, the challenges that poses for many parents, but I want to thank them so much for their dedication to the student athletes and jump-starting our fall season. So thank you so much on that, and obviously, as I will share the sentiments of all the board members of just jump-starting, and it's just, I feel so proud of being a part of a board that is so dedicated in taking care of the personnel issues that need to be taken care of and looking out for our community and expanding our programs, which is incredible. And I am so thankful for the leadership that Dr. Nichols has under him, that they have partnered together to make that such a success this summer and will be a success this upcoming school year. And Claire, I just want to say kudos to you. Thanks for stepping up and being a leader and representing your family well, representing our community well. I think your products, this goal that you have of getting this gold standard is just so commendable. I can speak personally for that because I have 3 daughters that graduated from New Kent High School. And I just want to say, I know that on the behalf of the board that we would all agree, whatever the cost is whatever the cost is. They're going in. So as soon as they approve it, we'll find a way to put them in there. Dr. Nichols, Haney?
You ready to face the speakers?
Yes, I'm ready. I'll bring them on. Every last one of them.
I don't think we would have many.
Yeah, but thank you so much for stepping up and representing your family and our community well. And I think that is what it means to be a part of a team, to be a part of an organization like the Girl Scouts, and just to do things and do them well and do them with excellence. So thank you so much for doing that. And so that concludes, except I have to go back to closed session. Do I hear a motion to go into closed session pursuant to section 2.23711 of the Code of Virginia for the discussion and consideration of personnel matters and the evaluation of our superintendent?
So moved.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Second. Any discussion? No discussion. We'll take a vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. We will go into closed session, and our next scheduled meeting is on September the 18th at 5:30 p.m. At the New Kent County Historic Courthouse boardroom. With that.